All right, Shalom. I want to first start off giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Bakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, the men that taught us this truth through the Spirit, and peace and blessings unto the elect of the nation of Israel, which is us so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. We make up the biblical 12 tribes to the nation of Israel. This is the brother Abadia from the GMS Houston camp, and I'm here with another lesson. And as we can see, the ones of us that have our eyes open, well, the Most High have opened our eyes to see what's really going on. We can see that we're living in a time of a fallen empire, the empire of the Edomites, okay? And we're seeing the coming of the kingdom, okay? All biblical prophecy that here in these last days, Babylon the Great, or along with the beast, which Babylon the Great controls the beast, NATO and the EU will fall, okay, because that's power is what's ruling the planet, okay? And Jacob, starting with his son Yahushai, or starting with Yahushai, because Yahushai comes from Jacob, right? Or comes out of Jacob, are going to rule the kingdom to come. Okay? The scriptures tell us in 2nd Esdras 6 and 9, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow it. Right? So I want to get into Romans 13, 11, and I'm going to read out through the rest of this chapter. And I have some precepts I want to couple with these verses, right? And see where the Spirit leads this lesson. So this is Romans 13 and 11. It says, and that knowing the time, and we know the time. The time is what I just explained. The time of the nation of Edom to fall, their kingdom to fall, and the rise of the kingdom or the nation of Israel. Okay? Not that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, because when you sleep, you can't see. Everything is dark. When you're awake, you can see, and you can see where you're going, especially when it's daytime, you can see. Right? It says, let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light. And I got a couple of scriptures I like to go to. I like to first go to Isaiah 60. Because this world is dark. Because the ones that's ruling the world, which is the nation of Edom, and not the whole nation, we're talking about the elites, the top of the nation, okay? They're all about darkness. They're the wicked. According to Job 9 and 24, the earth shall be given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Okay, so we understand that's talking about Esau. Now, if you have your eyes closed, if you don't have the understanding of these scriptures, and really that's plain and simple to see. Okay? That this man is ruling, even without the understanding of these scriptures. Everybody should know that the so-called white man is running this world. Okay? And he's ruling this world, that means the world is going to be covered with his energy. Okay? So let's read it. This is Isaiah 60 and 1. It says, arise, shine, for thy light is come. Now, who is the light? The light is Yahushai. And I'm going to get a scripture to prove that here in just a second. It says, arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of Yahweh is risen upon thee. Because of the light. Because of the light, we're able to receive the glory. Okay? For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. Why is gross darkness going to cover the earth and the people? It's because of who's ruling. Okay? You know, all rulers that the Most High has set up have ruled with particular wisdom, philosophy. Okay? And the wisdom and the philosophies of the so-called white man are all outside of what the scriptures say. Okay? He's not ruling according to the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the scriptures. He's ruling according to pretty much an amalgamation of all the other philosophies that pre-existed him coming in to power. Okay? The Egyptian philosophies, the Babylonian philosophies, the Assyrian, the Greek. Well, I said before him because the Greeks, the so-called white man that was the first time he came into power. And the Romans. But he used all those ancient philosophies of those kingdoms right here in his rulership here in these last days. All right, which is all contrary to the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the scriptures. Now reading on, it says, but the Lord shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. Now I asked, who is the light? And I said the light is Yahushua. And let's prove that. We go to the book of John, St. John, the 8th chapter. Let me go ahead and put my phone on airplane mode so we don't get no disturbances. So this is St. John chapter 8 and verse 12. And it says this: Then spake Yahushua again unto them, saying, I am the light of the world. Check that out. He that followeth me shall not walk in darkness, but shall have light of life. Okay? And we get that light, which is Yahushua, through the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the scriptures. Okay? Now I'm going back to Romans 13 and 11. It says, and that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, out of dark, in other words, darkness, the ways of this world, okay? The ways of the so-called white man and his philosophy, which is contrary to the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the scriptures. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believe. So we're mentally preparing ourselves by getting into this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding for the kingdom to come. We're cleaning ourselves up through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, to prepare in preparations for the kingdom that's going to be right here on this planet. All right, verse 12, it says, the night is far spent, the day is at hand. See, the night is far spent, meaning this captivity of darkness. Us being in this captivity, we're under darkness. It say that is far spent, meaning it's almost up. So we at the end of this man's rulership of darkness. It says the day is at hand. Which day? The day of which is of the kingdom of heaven, which is the day of us ruling this planet in righteousness, or in other words, in light. And the light, which is Yahushua, which is the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the scriptures. See? It says, let us therefore cast off the works of darkness. See, let us cast off the works of darkness. Because what drives our actions is the wisdom or the philosophies that's floating through our minds. Okay? So whatever's going on in the mind is going to transition into actions played out on the earth. It says, and let us put on the armor of light. And we found out, according to John 8 and 12, the light is Yahushua, which he comes in the volume of this book. Okay? It is written of him. I got another scripture real quick. This is St. John chapter 11, verse 9. St. John 11 and 9, it says, Yahushua answered, and there not 12 hours in a day? Are there not 12 hours in a day? If any man walk in the day, he stumbleth not. Now we read over in Romans 13 and 12 that the night is far spent, the day is at hand. The day of what? The day of light. Okay, the kingdom and the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that's going to dominate the kingdom. Well, not dominate, it's going to rule the kingdom. Period. It says, if any man walk in the day, he stumbleth not, because he seeth the light of this world. Okay? So we supposed to walk with a kingdom mindset, a mindset that we got a kingdom coming, and we supposed to know about the wickedness, the wicked philosophies, which is darkness of this world, to stay out of that, stay away from that. Okay? And to walk in the understanding of these scriptures. Therefore, we won't stumble. Okay? And let's go back to Romans 13 and 13. Read that. It says, let us walk honestly as in the day. Okay? The day, walk as if we're ready for the kingdom to come. Not in rioting and drunkenness, not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife and envying. All these characteristics right here are what's covering the earth. Okay, the energy that's going out will have you to be in a spirit of rioting, drunkenness, chambering, wantonness, strife, and envy, and much more. And you can look those words up for yourself. I'm not going to do so in this lesson. It says, verse 14, but put ye on the Lord Yahushua Mashiach, and make not provisions for the flesh. Provisions meaning preparations. Okay? To please the flesh. We're supposed to make preparations for our spirit, building up our spirit to make it through these last days. Okay? Preparing ourselves for the kingdom to come, to fulfill the lust thereof. Okay? Now, if you're fulfilling the lust of the flesh, unto the end, you're not going, whoever that may be, which majority of our people are going to fit that bill, are not going to make it to the kingdom. All right? I have one scripture, and I'm going to close this lesson out. Going back to the book of St. John. It's going to be in the 12th chapter, and I'm going to read 2 verses. St. John chapter 12, 35 and 36. Then Yahushua said unto them, yet a little while is the light with you. Walk while ye have the light, lest darkness come upon you. For he that walketh in darkness knoweth not whither he goeth. That's why a majority of our people believe in this place, America, because they're walking in darkness. Okay? They'll tell you that they don't believe in the ways of America, Okay? But when you really look into it, they're all about the American way. They're all about Esau's agenda. Okay? And it's because they don't have the light. They don't have the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the scriptures. Which is what? Yahushua. He is the light. It says, while ye have light, believe in the light. That applies to the hopeful elect. We have the light, believe in it. That there's a kingdom coming. So act like it. You know, operate and make decisions and actions according to the understanding that we have. That ye may be children of the light. Okay? That we may be children of the light. Not children of darkness. These things Yahushua spake and departed and did hide himself from them. So Lord willing, with this lesson, it was edifying and exhorting onto the spirit. Once again, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, the men that taught us this truth through the spirit, and peace and blessings unto the elect. Shalom.